host, the pro, and the hack. One's got charts and a game plan. One's got coffee on their shirt. One's quoting data, one's guessing. Somehow it still kind of works. With hosts, the pro and the hack, breaking it down, then laughing it back. One's got the play, one runs off track. You'll learn a thing or two and love the way they clash with the pro and the hack.
It's the pro and the hack.
How's everybody doing out there? How you doing, buddy?
Doing
Good to see you.
Pleasure, David.
Always,
Mulso.
always.
David Mulso is the pro. Rich Gilgallen with the coffee stains on his shirt is the hack.
Any coffee that stains this morning?
Not this morning.
No
It's
spillage.
early. It's
Yeah.
still early in the day. You know, I've been, I have this process, which I'm not overly thrilled about. And we talk about that in this, it's the pro and the hack. It's our podcast. You can see right behind us. We're here in the Dinosaur Room at fabulous Mission Hills Country Club, where yesterday I had the great honor of participating in the Tunnels Towers tournament.
Oh, fantastic.
And they've been out here for a couple of years.
Right.
Boy, they really, nobody puts on, as you know, like Mission Hills. We were on the Palmer course. It's in such immaculate condition. And so, it's a celebrity pro-am.
Yeah.
And I was the celebrity in the quotes. Now, my experience playing in the Dinosaur Pro-Am for 20 plus years, playing in the Frank Sinatra for many, many years. I'm not the biggest name on the celebrity list, okay? So you'd be at the pairings party, and, some people would be getting, Joe Pesci, Raleigh Fingers, Yogi Berra, and then I'd be walking around, and then I'd hear, anybody know who this guy Gilligan is? Who's
Gilgallen.
Hey,
Right.
I mean, I don't want these guys going back and saying, why just stick me with this guy? And so, I came to develop a little shtick as the celebrity in some of these tournaments. And I had the pleasure yesterday of playing with 4 guys, and I'm playing from the silver tee. I'm 71. They're playing from the blues. So I'm thinking, well, I can help these guys out, right?
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
Uh-huh.
I can move it okay from the silver tee. And we get out there, and I am teeing off on, let's say, number 2 on the Palmer. I'm 50 yards ahead of these guys. They're on the blue.
From the tee box.
From the tee box, yeah. Their blue tee is 45 yards behind my silver tee. Okay. And I rope one.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Hey, good shot. We go out there, and they're 100 yards in front. So, I mean, it always reminds me of when Bobby Jones said about Jack Nicklaus, he plays a game with which I'm unfamiliar, which is one of Jones's famous quotes. And Nicklaus used that quote at the PGA when Daly showed up as the 9th alternate. And they said to Jack, what do you think of how long this guy is? And Nicklaus said, well, he plays a game with which I'm unfamiliar, which is he took right from his hero, Bobby Jones. And these guys played so well, and we won the tournament. Right?
Fantastic.
I don't win too many of these celebrity pro-ams, but this was a wonderful affair. And, of course, Tunnels for Towers, Tunnels to Towers, I should say. The website is the capital letter T, the number 2, and the capital letter T, T2T. And it's really amazing what they do. And it speaks to the game that we love. There's never been a sport in history that contributes more to nonprofits
Really?
than golf.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Every tournament in every community raises money that stays in that community. Frankly, we missed that without the Dinosaur here in Coachella Valley. We still have the American Express, and they put together a big pile of money, and the grant writers all over town are typing in request things.
Absolutely.
And that's the great thing about the game. Tunnels to Towers pays off mortgages for relatives of people that didn't.
Wow.
And so, and they're still doing it. And now we're 25 years from 9/11.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
What a great cause.
It's a great cause. And, and I'll tell you, when you talk to people who've had their, mortgage, their 30-year fixed mortgage paid,
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine that sense of relief that they have? So it's one of these charities, not profits, I like to say, where you wind up sobbing the whole time. Bagpipe guy that does the
Oh, that'll get you right there.
I know, Amazing Grace on the bagpipe. Really a fabulous event. And Wally Joyner from the Angels is prominently featured. He's the host, and a wonderful guy. And there's a lot of New Yorkers out here doing that app. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You get these old firemen. I come from a family of firemen. My Uncle Floyd was a firefighter. My godfather was the president of the Firemen's Union. And his older brother, my Uncle Robert, Bobby, was the assistant chief. And his nickname was God.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he came into the firehouse, that bell is not let you over there and polish that bell. He was a Marine tail gunner.
Oh, these.
World War II. So yeah, he's very Marine oriented.
So did you ever consider being a firefighter or follow all that?
No, I was, if I had lived in Scranton and stayed there, I'm sure I would have had a city job because my grandmother ran the city.
Ah.
I got a lot of relatives that were on the city dole. I'm more of a thinker, and a talker than a doer. I had my city jobs, though. I was a door of a garbage burning incinerator.
Oh, right.
And it's even easier to play music occasionally. David Mulso is here, one of the great teaching pros in America. We're privileged to have him here at Mission Hills Country Club. And as you can see by looking behind us, that's the visage of the one and only, the great lady, Dinah Shore.
I don't think so. Wow, she's just unbelievable influence to it. And, just all the writing back here, the quotes. We got Amy Alcott, who's also out here, has a quote on there.
Out there right now.
I mean, what an influence she was. Just fantastic.
Alcott is one of the greats. And we had...
Absolutely. Pat Bradley's out here, just moved here recently.
Pat Bradley.
Yeah, Keegan's aunt.
Keegan's aunt.
Yeah, aunt.
Not his aunt.
Is it an aunt or aunt?
Boston. So
ah.
And she, favorites, she was so nice to being the official starter of the Dinah Shore. And she would say, Rich, you're the best guy on the whole tour. I say, well, thank you, Pat.
I can't wait to meet her. I haven't met her yet. Well, I tell you, these ladies, I helped Donna Capone not too long ago. She had some hand surgery done and had to work on her grip a little bit and all. And I tell you what, they can still put a move on that.
Donna sure in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, she's there.
He stayed. Sherry Steinhauer, who's from Madison, Wisconsin, that always got a kick when I called her name, even though it wasn't on the card. I announced her as a 3-time British Open champion, which she is. And, one thing we talked about, which I'd like to talk to you about a little bit, is keeping your mind on the shot at hand. Because like Annika, I want to know where I stand. Even if I'm out there playing by myself, I want to know where I stand. And I asked Sherry, I go, because she told me I never look at the card.
Yeah. No.
I go, how can you do that? How can you do that?
Best I ever played. I had no clue what the score was.
She said, I can't play defense.
Yeah.
I can't hit somebody in the ankle with a 5-iron if they're leading me by.
Right.
So what good does it do?
They'll quit the game.
Yeah. What good does it do me? And so, but she did say in her third win in the British Open that she was in a bunker at 18 and inquired of the caddy. The caddy was a little bit surprised because she said, I was in the bunker and I had a 5-stroke lead. So I figured, okay, I can.
A little defense there.
I can get down on this hole. And won 3 British Opens. If you can believe that.
Amazing.
And Lieselette Neumann, of course, lived here for a while. It's always, it's funny to me because I know who she is. Okay. And when I see her walking around here, I go, does anybody realize
I don't think a lot of them do.
Does everybody realize who is walking here?
Mhm.
When the senior tour was playing here, and I was the starter for them, I look over on the first fairway and I see Meg Mallon.
Yep.
And a J superstar. And Meg Mallon, I know for she's from Natick, Mass, which is right next to my town, Framingham. And so I walk over there and I go, does anybody know there's 4 LPGA superstars there,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all there by themselves, just watching the guys hit off number 1, which they hit off of their whole careers. And I stroll over, ladies, I'm like, tee it up.
Right. 4 of them there, and they're probably sitting on 50, 60, 80 tournament wins.
So many great ones.
Yeah.
Tee and watch these. I always played better for a week or 2 after I stood up first.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You go watch a tournament.
Well, tempo.
Yeah.
Tempo.
Yep.
I mean,
I can hit that shot.
Laura Dave, she would lift it and smack it into the tee box because she didn't believe in killing trees to make tees.
Really?
But she had apparently no compunction about killing grass. And she would go with it, and it would be there. There'd be 4 of them there if she made the cut,
Unreal.
on every hole.
It's like way back when they'd squirt a little sand on it, and then
little sand there. You carried the little sand in your pocket.
Yep.
And the gutter perch it. So it's it's a amazing game, and it leads to socialization.
Mm-hmm.
But so you say that it's not important to even in a tournament, you're not looking at your score.
No, I mean some might, but even you hear interviews with pros, they're not paying attention to it really. We got a development program out here to where we work with not just the swing and the actual game of it, but the mental side. And it's unbelievable all the thoughts that are in your head.
Well, this game will crush you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was a VJ Singh meme one time with, the cartoon circle with the arrow pointing to him, what he's thinking.
Uh-huh.
And it listed 17, 18 different things. Hands, feet, hip open, shoulder, shoe tied, it's the great ones make the swing seem so natural,
mm-hmm.
but it's an unnatural action.
Oh, absolutely. It's so counterintuitive. It's ridiculous. Like tournament last week out at Riviera, the Genesis, like Xander, for example. Every shot he did his little takeaway pre-shot.
Yeah.
Well, he's feeling that takeaway, where the club head needs to be in his hand position, etc. And then you set right up to that thing and just pull the trigger. Just go. But you'll see a lot of those guys, Justin Rose, all those guys got some kind of a pre-shot that they still want to feel.
Well, the pre-shot routine is so important, even as a rank amateur. I understand that because it shuts off one side of your brain that, as a golfer will tell you, does not hear the word don't. So if you step up there and you say, don't go in the lake, all your brain hears is go in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go right.
What happens?
You go right.
You go right.
It's unbelievable.
It's amazing. A little trick. Just go out there next time you're out there. Stay in a good pre-shot routine, consistent. Don't change it up through the entire round.
And have a trigger.
That's right. Something that sets it. When you set it, go. But focus on your target. Swing to your target.
That's the key.
Absolutely.
It's a target game.
Absolutely.
Well, Annika Sorenstam, she gave us Larry Bohanna and I a lesson on a Monday.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So she's on the first tee and she draws a circle around where she's standing away from the tee. She goes, this is my thinking circle.
Okay.
I'm going to look at what club I want to hit, where I want to hit it. And I do all my thinking in this circle. And he steps over to the ball. This is the hitting circle. This is not for thinking. I'm not thinking about anything except hitting the ball. I do my thinking here. I have my swing in there.
That is great advice.
Well, 62 wins or whatever.
You're right.
And so, you try to remember these lessons, like you give great lessons too. And then I go out there and
That's it. And you find out I had a few ladies that just started to play in some tournaments in our 9-hole. And oh my God, David, you're right. It's mentally exhausting.
it is.
Absolutely. It's more mentally exhausting than it is physically.
Yes. It's the pro and the hack with the one and only Dick Shricks on station, endeavoring to bring you this podcast from this historic golf course and golf club, and actually the room, the great dinosaur room right here at Mission Hills. Now, this weekend, they were at Riviera.
Yes.
Have you played Riviera?
I have not. I would love to get out there.
The most amazing thing about Riviera is basically in the clubhouse.
Is that intimidating or what?
It has to be.
That fairway.
You can hear the glasses tinkling, and you're high above the fairway.
Uh-huh. Which is only about, 10 yards wide?
Yeah.
It sure seems like it anyway.
There's other holes where you have to climb up this hill. Riviera is, and the 10th hole is the shortest par 4 on tour. And it ranks as one of the toughest holes.
They were hitting 3 woods right up there.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because the angle is, that hole is the toughest hole on the track. Shortest par 4 on tour. But it's set at an angle, and the bunkering is around. You got to kind of curve.
You got to hit a hard cut in there.
It's got to be a hard cut, and if it's not, you're looking at bogey. And but a couple of points that we have from that tournament. Nice to see Tiger in the TV.
Wasn't that great?
Wasn't that something?
Just fantastic. Little teasers here and there.
Yeah, Tiger. Do you feel like you're 50?
I'll bet with all of those surgeries, my goodness.
That was a great line.
He's got a...
Is there a chance exams Snead, obviously Tiger and Snead are tied at 82.
82.
It's kind of an odd deal because, Sam was in the service and played golf in the service. And most of the guys on tour were in combat. When he did the same with Byron Nelson when he had his big, was it 15 in a row?
11 straight, 13 wins. Yeah.
And not to take anything away from that, because I don't.
Oh, heavens no.
Look, I don't care if you're playing the Little Sisters of the Poor. You still got to golf your ball to win the tournament.
That's right. All those guys can get you.
I had the pleasure of Sam Snead.
Really?
He was regaling us in stories. He played the favorite story and he was on my show many times over the years. Wonderful guy. I said, Sam, have you ever lost at, what was this big club there in West Virginia that's world famous? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'd say, have you ever lost? And he'd say, well, Coach, I'm not undefeated. He said, but what I do. And he said to me, now, Coach, do you know how many of those checks have been cashed? I said, Sam, I know not a gall darn.
They're all framed. Absolutely.
But I do have a checkbook that I carry.
Yeah, that's great.
Great story.
He was something else. I heard stories on him. He used the same driver throughout his whole career.
And it was made out of he cut the shaft himself from a hickory tree.
Really?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
He made his own shafts.
I had heard, and I couldn't imagine if he was in the prime nowadays on hitting today's equipment, but he was out driving everybody by at least 30 yards.
Amazing.
That's some power.
Well, he could kick a light bulb out.
Really?
Kick it, jumping up.
But like Gary Player, able to kick up there.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Sam Snead. Has there ever been anybody that walk into a room like Lanny Watkins? I'm the best player here.
I would love to be a little mouse in the corner, just listening to all those guys go back and forth in the locker rooms. Yeah. Yeah.
That record was on a sale.
Yeah. Oh, if he could have just stayed healthy another year or two.
Nicholas Hogan, Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
As great as Tiger was, and as to win 13 majors.
Still couldn't catch him. Yeah. Just amazing.
Story that last year when Rory won at Augusta was that he was, he hit the Grand Slam. He's won all 4.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas won the Grand Slam 4 times.
It's unbelievable.
I think Tiger's won it a couple.
Tiger's done it a couple times, I think. Yeah.
But you win 2 Masters.
That goes right back to that mindset again. No, I'm not letting anybody beat me. I'm taking this.
You know, it's so keep your mouth shut. Okay, because I guarantee, I'm going to tell you this. I guarantee you this. Now, I'm not a psychologist, but I can tell you this. If you walk up to the tee and you're thinking, I've been in every fairway so far today.
Mm-hmm. Careful.
That thought even gets into your head.
Yep. Done.
Off the fairway.
Done. Karma. Nope.
Double bogey. So, you know, it's you know, the greatest players are the mentally toughest players.
Absolutely.
Nobody was tougher mentally than Nicklaus and Tiger.
Yeah.
And some other guys that maybe don't get enough money players.
Talk about mental toughness, though. Look at Bridgman on Sunday.
That's the story, isn't it? Yeah, a young guy is getting chased by some of the best players in the world. And he was able, I was surprised. I had
tell you the way those greens were putting. You know, they were showing those close-ups. Oh, that pole.
Their spikes. Los Angeles and some of these other courses that are seaside, they just give up. They said, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can be managed a little bit.
They can. You know, the tough time, you know, they're very aggressive. It's going to grow out, and the grain gets even worse.
But the problem with Poana is that it doesn't
evenly.
Even.
Yeah, no.
You see it like one of those pin.
Exactly right.
And the greens change.
Absolutely.
Dramatic time.
Yep. And you can really see that. If Rory could have made half of those, I think he'd have won the tournament.
You see a pro putt from 4 feet and miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was a lot of them doing it. And now everybody keeping their composure, you know, staying in the moment and just keep battling. You know, I mean, look, we got Kitayama, shoots 7 under. Adam Scott, the old guy, 8 under. I think if Adam could have had just a couple more holes, I think he'd have been right there.
The funniest thing I think I saw, and he's like, how do I hold this? Showed him because he's lefty. That's where the voodoo comes in. I can drive the ball. Okay, for my age, the proper tee. I have a problem getting on greens of regulation, as I discussed with you before we went on the air. But it's all about putt.
Oh, yeah. Half the game.
It's half the game.
Half the game. You know, imagine you work on that putting, you know, 60, 70% of the time properly. You know, the big thing is speed. I mean, getting that consistency down and work on that and cut 2, 3, 4 strokes aside just from putting.
Yeah. Well, particularly for amateurs.
Yeah, everything counts.
You got to putt it all. See it 2 feet on the other side of the hole. Putt it again. Oh, you know, I mean, I've seen 4 putts from the 2 tournaments.
Oh, yeah. The knees start shaking.
And then you start getting crazy.
Then it really, they can't get out of it. You're right.
Please go in. Please. I'm begging you.
Why can't you just go home?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Opposed to the throwing it close.
Right.
Even the greatest players in the world. You know, Jack Nicklaus, his father, he threw a clip, and his father, Jack, says, well, this is at the British Open.
Oh.
They run the clip.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding you. Not 3 minutes later, he's in this bunker once, twice, 3 times.
Off she goes.
Off goes the thing. And I'm like, oh, that's bad timing. Brag about the fact that you never did that.
Yes. We're going to work on some irons the way it sounds. Absolutely. And then chunk it. Well, that's where that pre-shot routine comes in. Understanding the difference between a fairway or driver versus an iron.
Yeah.
Remember this, irons, down equals up. Got to hit the ball. You got to hit the ball first, and that club continues down.
The divot should start after the ball.
In front of every time.
Yep. The ball.
That's right.
That's a hard.
It's tough, you know, and it goes right back to that focus.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? We have so going on the right side, you're going to hit into the green. Now, for an amateur, is that worth having an understanding that the ball's going to roll further down grain than it is into the grain?
Yeah, you really definitely want to pay attention to what the lie is given. If you've got some grass behind the ball, you know, a couple of shots during the tournament last week on poor club selection with the grain issues.
Yeah.
If you're into the grain, absolutely, that club could stick. It could do all kinds of stuff versus not.
And now we're talking about the fairway. There's a line in the middle.
Oh, you're talking about just how they're mowing it.
Yeah. A lot of courses do that.
Mhm.
Fairways here are immaculate.
Yeah, we keep them
But there's
down,
a
and
little difference.
there is a little bit, really nothing crazy about. Yeah, with our slope of fairways, I'd be more focused to that, understanding where you need to be if the ball's above your feet, below your feet.
Is it a fly?
Again,
What are you looking at?
looking at that lie, if you got a bunch of grass behind it, keep in mind that's going to get between the club and the ball.
So is that going to make it a flyer?
Absolutely, absolutely, it could. It could make it a flyer because that ball's not able to grab on those grooves and get up. The grooves are what gets it in the air, right? So it's going to come out more like a knuckleball.
Yes.
So and that's and that's a big one to watch for too. Every time I'm out on the course with clients and what have you, they don't pay attention to the lie. You can only hit the shot if the lie allows you to do it.
There's a little bit of drinking.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Not for me, but for some, it's thinking and drinking. It's the pro cast that we're honored to do and having a great time doing.
Love doing it.
And we had a guest schedule, but because if you're going to play the game at a certain age, it's one thing if you're 22 years old or 25. It's another thing if you're over 70. There's certain things that the body just won't do. But my question for you is, and we'll work some of this out on the practice range. I can't wait. But Tommy Jacobs used to tell me this is a too cheek game, coach. You got to make sure your right butt cheek is pointing down. And that's, I feel like I'm not using any lower body whatsoever. Because if you look at the swings, we're talking about Sam Snead's. Sam's left knee is behind the ball. And then the right knee, he goes, but the modern swing.
Oh, it's definitely changed.
The modern swing is a little less, has been a little less lower and more.
As far as the rotation back on it, absolutely.
But Scotty Scheffler has goofed that up all over. not of both these guys.
Absolutely.
That's going to add yard.
Absolutely. Using that ground force, think of a sling and you're winding it up. And by using that ground force and releasing the lower body with rotation, you're like letting go of that spring. It just gives you that much force to it. The transfer of weight, everything working together. Now the upper and the hands and all that we got to get it timed in, but the lower body is definitely important. A lot of people forget just simple things like the feet. You got to have some balance. You can work on your swing all day long, but if you don't have balance, what are you doing? So the ground, absolutely. Lower body, crucial.
Well, 15 of us, the guys watching Scotty feet movement, then they all go out to hit it, and every single one of them fell down. When you become the number one player, people watch that.
Oh, yeah.
They want to figure out, how can watching him in their game. They don't have to swing. Speed doesn't have to be 200 miles an hour. I mean, their tempo, it's
every time
just tempo. The club will get it out there.
Yep.
Mentioned Laura Davies, who was the longest hitter until Michelle Wee came out at 14. And I had the pleasure of calling her off at the age of 13. I think she came in third.
Unreal.
The number one fairway on what was called at that time the old course, and now is the Dinah Shore. There's a tree down the right side, very tall tree, way out of my zone. Michelle Wee smacked that thing above the tree with a draw and be right in front of the green. And Laura Davies said to me, I'd never hit it that far.
Wow. Now, was she that tall back then?
She was tall, but here's the funny thing, okay? Because she's a full person. She says to one of the other players, "You like my earrings? I take them off." And he said, I just thought, Mom, I think I want some dangling. And I just cracked up. She's a kid.
Yeah.
And she was asked, not really forced to, but asked to not be a kid, to get into this game at a very young age, then to play against the men. Of course, Annika played against the men as well. And what hurt Annika was not the speed of the greens. They were too slow. She had been playing on faster greens that the PGA was playing on. And some of her birdie putts came up short. But we had a period of time where we had Annika and David Duval trying to change the golf swing.
Yeah.
By lifting up their head. before they hit the ball. Or at
Mhm.
least that's the way it seemed to the naked eye. I looked at those swings.
Well, I was watching, not necessarily in slow motion, but I was watching him when they were out here for the Champions Tour, and it moves. You just sit there and watch it. It doesn't move too early,
Yeah.
but it definitely moves.
Because she was getting stuck behind.
Mm-hmm.
And so his teacher was Pia Nilsson.
The upper body moves, spine angle, all that, and away she goes.
72 times.
Yep,
A win.
it worked.
So it's a fascinating game. You can have moments, where you think, "Oh my goodness, I could be in the U.S. Open today," and then you have moments. It's that's what draws us to the game.
I had heard.
You never know what's going to happen.
I heard that we have a record sign-up already for people trying to qualify for the U.S. Open.
Is that right?
There's about 100 some odd locations around the country. Yeah.
You can sign up as a 5.
Really?
Senior.
Oh, yeah. I think, and it's still 2.
For the men's, it's a 1.
Oh, it's a 1 now.
Going to spend some money.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So we have more people that want to try for the Open.
Yeah, I thought that was great. A lot of great players out there, obviously.
We have a bunch of them here.
Scott Cherry, one of our other instructors here, he made it through the first stage.
Wow.
And went up. And
Well, now how old are you?
56.
Okay, so senior sign-up fee.
Yeah, in those days, yeah.
I said, "Go ahead." So he goes, he's the 8th alternate.
Oh,
And it was at Riviera. As
Oh,
a
wow.
matter of fact. And so he says, "Well, I'm not going to go out there. I'm the 8th alternate." I go, "Blade, it's
Yeah.
the Senior Open.
Yeah.
17 guys are going to fall off on the practice."
Yeah, absolutely.
He goes, "Okay," and sure enough,
Got called up.
Wound up called out, and he didn't make the cut, but he was played at the Senior Open.
Absolutely. What an experience.
Did you see my interview with Jimmy Roberts? I mean, we have such great characters, golf professionals in this town. Many of them used to tease my dear friend Terry Wilcox, who's the guy who put me on that first tee, that he's still on the money list. I mean, it's way down there. But if you look up the money list, he's still there. So it's always been a joy for me on a personal level to be around golf pros.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, when I was in the middle of a cardiac event, I was laying on the table, the cat's lap, and I looked over and I saw a friend of mine who I know is a +2.
Uh-huh.
I won't mention his name now. He's a member here. And I said, "Oh, thank God." He goes, "Why?" I go, "I want a +2 operating on me."
Well,
Panic ever. +2 ever panic. So the lessons, and we talked to Teal about this from the first tee last week. The lessons that you learn from this game translate into your life on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a child who's having self-esteem issues, every teenager does.
Sure.
I'll tell you this, and I know this for a fact. You have a teenager who can shoot 80. He's not going to have any self-esteem issues.
Mm.
He's going to walk into school like a badass.
Got a lot of confidence. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's self-esteem, but it fluctuates for an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
You can go out there and get drilled,
Oh, yeah.
without any chance of recovery.
It's amazing. You're just a solid player. You're shooting par, and any given day you still get your butt whooped.
Well, look at Stephen Ames.
Right? Yeah.
Great player.
Great player.
Had the audacity to say, "Well, I'm not. Are you afraid to play Tiger in President's Cup?" "I'm not afraid to play Tiger ever." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
9 and 8. 10 and 7-3. And who was the
Oh, jeez.
Jeez, I don't know.
Hey, then the next day you could turn around and get him by 5.
Yeah.
It's just any given day.
And we had the Genesis, which was amazing.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting deal. He's on the Futures Competition Committee. He sits on the chair on that.
About making changes. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm a little reticent to change too much.
Yeah, they're kind of talking about minimizing the amount of tournaments, bringing up the quality, the pay, that kind of thing, or the prize money, but I'm not really sure how exactly they're going to do it just yet. Yeah.
And wind up winning the golf tournament.
I was in Kansas City with a friend of mine. We were, at that time, it was known as the Hogan Tour.
Yes.
We were at Deer Creek Golf Club. Great track in Kansas City. And he got called. We were wanting to watch him, and he got called up and went to it, and by God, he won it. He won the tournament, and away he went. Now, we heard all the kinds of, you never really heard about him then. And he says, you got to see this guy swing. He's just unbelievable. And, yeah.
And high school kids, SEC guy, or ACC rather, and Jack went to Ohio State for pharmacy.
Did he really?
Yeah. His father was a pharmacist. Jones went to Harvard.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, an education has always kind of gone hand in hand. Tiger Woods, small school in Northern California.
Right.
Stanford. I remember when he was playing in Denver, I think one of the announcers was talking. He was trying to figure out the ball flight differences at high altitude.
Yeah.
And he was doing the math, and the guy said, "You went to Stanford. Okay. You can figure out the math. That's a good 15% at this height."
Right.
So, these guys, a lot of these guys are very intelligent.
Absolutely.
And really the science of the game. When people say, like you're with Shrixon, the Shrixon iron that I can buy are the TaylorMade, or it says 7 iron. Okay. The one that somebody on tour is carrying says 7 iron. Are they the same club?
Not necessarily. No, he could be hitting some kind of prototype.
Would they say they tune up their irons? I mean, they decrease the law.
Well, again, it just all depends on where you're at. If you're playing in Denver or you're here in the valley, whatever, that's why you see all of those trucks out there, the semis. They're tweaking grips, they're tweaking loft, lies, everything.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's unreal. Yeah, I remember like with Lee Trevino grabbing whatever clubs that he had out of the trunk. That worked for that day,
Well,
yeah.
he was one of
That was something. I remember seeing him in Loch Lloyd in Kansas City, and that's when they still had Chi-Chi, Don January, all those guys were playing back then. Oh man.
Well, Trevino, he never took a lesson. He said, "Why would I take a lesson from somebody I can beat?" Now, he said, "If Mr. Nicholas wants to give me a lesson,
right?
I could listen to anything else." Trevino's story is he was a money player.
Yeah.
And they flew in Ray Floyd to compete for serious money, backed by different rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And so Floyd pulls up in the Cadillac, gets out of the car, and this guy comes over to get his clubs. He says, "Hey, I'm supposed to be playing this little Mexican kid, named Trevino or something. You know who he is?" He goes, "Yes, sir, that's me." Oh my God, they dragged me out here to play against the cart guy? Yes, sir. So they went out. First day, Trevino beat him by 4 strokes.
Oh wow.
So of course the bet got doubled.
Yeah.
The second day, Trevino beat him by 4 strokes. They said, "Ray, you want to play some more?" And Ray said, and only Ray Floyd could say it, he said, "Sayonara."
And away it went. Wow. I love those old stories like that.
Less than 40 years on the radio, talking to someone who understand, and you would appreciate this and know this, that baseball pitchers and golfers have the most amazing memories of the moment. You say to Sam Snead, I said, "Sam, you never won the Open." He goes, "Let me tell you something. I had a 4-foot putt to win the Open, and I had a big mud blotch on the side. You couldn't clean your ball in those days. You weren't allowed to clean your ball." He said, "Coach, I want to tell you, that ball's still not in that dome. Still not in the hole." Pitchers. I asked Catfish Hunter, "What'd you throw Yaz the first time you faced him?" It's funny you should ask that. The first pitch I threw Yaz at Fenway Park was a fastball high and away, and he took it. Second pitch, I hung a slider, and he put it in the westbound lane, Massachusetts. Just like that.
Oh, that's
Just like
great.
that. Photographic memory.
That's
because
great.
the moment is concentration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and when you're concentrating on that moment, it stays in the brain.
And you know what's crazy? It's only a few seconds.
It's a few seconds. That's the crazy thing about this.
Staying in that moment, focus to those targets, and don't overthink. Quick, you're getting all them swing thoughts
Well,
in
we
there.
saw that I think it was really shown.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's turn to hit.
Mm-hmm.
The camera would focus in.
That's right. That's where he looked out at the ocean, wasn't it?
Yes.
We were talking about earlier. Out in the ocean, he goes, yeah, the focus it's unreal.
And Tin Cup. You know. Here's a trivia question for you. Who won the U.S. Open?
Oh, that was the co-star. What's his name? Don? No,
Peter Jacobs.
Peter.
This
I got to watch that again.
is only U.S. Open champ. This is finishing up a football game at Agua.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I see this entourage coming towards me. He's in the front of the entourage.
Mm-hmm.
If he stops short, everybody's going to bump into him. There's like 15 guys behind him. So I'm thinking to myself,
Mhm.
I want a little something here from this guy. And I just yelled out, "Hey, Dad, want to have a catch?" The last line from Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yep.
And so he stopped, shaking hands with Kevin Costner.
Oh, cool.
He said to me, "I got to ask you a question." He said, "Did you cry?" I said, "I sobbed all over the seat, just like every other red blood." Because there's something about that catch connection.
Oh, yeah.
Son, that was a brilliantly written line.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm going to tell you something. I never do this because you watch what happens. When I do this, they're going to come, but I'm only going to do it with you. Give me your phone." He says, "Jimmy, come here. This is my friend Jimmy. I've known him for 60 years. Take a picture of me and this kid here." He had the right line. And so I got a great picture with Costner.
Wow, very cool.
Escaped. Said, no more. Everybody else wanted one. No, just for him. Made me feel like
Well, from Kim Costner. I heard he's a pretty good stick.
well, yeah, he could play. He could play. So can Don Johnson.
Yeah.
Hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked the Pelican off the post.
Right. It's just a hooded 4-iron.
Yeah, through the bar and make a 7-iron. How far can you get a 7?
Oh, that was a good little school in there.
It was a school.
Yeah.
And turned around and hit it down the street.
Still going.
And still bounce, through the gate of the club, down towards the highway.
Yep.
And, and then, somebody had to reach in their pocket and pay it out. So
Lost his car in the movie. You remember that? He lost that convertible.
he lost the car. That's what he
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Car, I'll bet you my car I can accept it. David Mulso.
It's always a pleasure, Coach. Great talking with you.
Absolutely. We had a guest scheduled. You guessed that something.
No, we got some more folks coming.
Ask you to do us a favor. If you're watching this, do me a favor and share it.
Yes.
Just hit the share button on your Facebook page.
Be sure to subscribe, and we'd love to hear some comments. Yeah, give us some.
Let us know we're not sitting here talking to ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
Sure room.
Well, I'd love to hear some comments from folks in their swings, whatever it is about the golf game. Maybe we could help you out a little bit too.
Well, Dave.
And it's February?
It's February.
Amazing.
So this time of year, February.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's the Pro and the Hack. And keep an eye out for us. We show up everywhere next week with another edition of the Great Pro. And coffee stained.
With host, the Pro and the Hack. One's got charts and a game plan. One's got coffee.